we're trying this again. Put most of a gallon. I put about $4 in there. That got me. It like moved my gas meter up, probably a millimeter. Glad there's no cars behind me. That's not gonna help. First gear. Just trying to set this up in a way. See me? Ooh. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't fall immediately. Anyway, supposedly I get paid today. I'm not gonna say anything about it, but you know, that would be great if I could get the money that I work for. That'd be awesome. I've decided that I am going to quit my job soon. Not before I find another one, but I just don't want to be working in a restaurant, working in the back, because I'm working really hard. I'm going sick, and I'm only making like $16 an hour. It's kind of ass. What's it called? I also live far away. This is a large commute. And it's the restaurant business, so they're kind of mean. I ain't gonna lie. They're really mean. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely like, you know, you're getting people who've been in this restaurant for 10 to 15 years. They've made it their career, and they're looking at you like competition. I'm like, I'm just here, man. Like, come on, leave me alone. I don't want nothing to do with you and the fact that you decided to spend so much of your life here. And some people have to do that. You know, they don't have the opportunity to go and do something else, so they find a stable source of income. They're just going to stick to it, and I get it. You know. So I think I've got one more month working at this place, and then starting next year I'm gonna work somewhere else. But I feel I'm gonna work something that I at least enjoy a little bit, you know. Something to do with cameras, I'm good at that. Something where I get to travel a little bit. Who knows? But I am qualified. I've got a good number of certifications. I'm certified to work on a film set. I'm certified to sell travel agent, and a couple other things, but those are my like official certifications that I paid for and like took classes for. I already know how to do a lot of stuff. I was a painter, limo driver, etc., etc. I've done a lot of stuff, so I figure I'm gonna do it. Why suddenly? I watched the movie Secret Life of Walter Mitty last night. I have a friend who I used to work with earlier this year when I was working at Nobu. I don't think I mentioned that I was working at Nobu because I didn't want to say anything about it, but I was working at Nobu Malibu in California. And while I was working there, I met this guy, and we had a pretty deep conversation. And in that conversation, I asked him to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's like my favorite movie. And he said that he would watch it as long as I watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Now, that was a long time ago. That was in the middle of the year. I'd say maybe June. And I waited a long time, but I finally watched the movie. And, man, it kind of woke me up to remembering what it is that I actually do, you know, instead of just going in the mindless drone of everyday life for the sake of convenience. I forgot that I am a risk taker, and I'm not really one for sitting down and staying in one place and not moving for a while. That's not really my thing at all, and it never has been. I'm a doer. I'm a lover of doing crazy ass random shit. I literally just drove not halfway, all the way across the country, plus more, 4,000 miles, just to go on some crazy adventure with my friend. That was this year. Last year, what was it, 2022? I did the van trip. That was pretty crazy. And the year before that, I did a bunch of other things. I try to do at least one super big adventure a year, and then I'll have a bunch of mini adventures throughout the year as well. I'm just a doer. I'm a doer of things. I don't like to sit down. I can't do that. Sometimes I'll be at work and I'll be thinking about the life that people will live. Like at the beginning of the year, I worked at Chili's in Hartford, Connecticut in January. I worked there. And when I think about how people spend like years of their life in a place, like, oh yeah, he's been working at Chili's for 15 years or 30 years. I'm just like, holy cannoli, like that's your life at that point. You have made your life Chili's, I guess. Oh wow, this is such a strange, all these cars were like in this weird area. Let's see, I guess I can like show you guys this area. I'm not even halfway to work yet, so you guys can get like a driver's view. That's pretty cool. I just have to like not brake super hard and just kind of drive normally, or else my phone's gonna fall on the floor. But yeah, can you imagine that? I want you to like seriously sit and think about that. Imagine going to work at like a franchise restaurant. It's not even like a big one, It's one thing if you're working at like I'm gonna try not to say the word like that much. It's one thing if you're working at a one-of-a-kind, super famous, huge money-making restaurant that people don't even normally eat at. But imagine like just, regular, average restaurant, and you go to work there one day, and that small place is like where you go to every day. Because you gotta be working at least like a 40-hour week to support yourself and maybe kids and a family if you do that. So imagine doing that. Wake up, go to Chili's, stay there, go home. Wake up, go to Chili's, stay there, go home. And you're gonna do that like minimum 5 times a week, and then sometimes you're gonna get doubles. So it's like wake up, stay there for double the amount of time that you would normally stay there, then go home. And they'll reward you, be like, oh wow, you've been doing pretty great, you're gonna get a raise. And then they give you like a $1 raise. So instead of making $15 an hour, you're now making $16. Awesome. And you just continue to stay there. Your friends become your co-workers that you work with. And now what you have to look forward to is maybe if I try really hard for a long time, I can become a manager. You know what I found out? Most of the time the managers don't even make that much money. Most of the time the managers, you'll be making $16 an hour, and the managers will be making $18 or $19. They're only making about $3 or $4 more than you. But they get like certain benefits, and I guess they get to tell you what to do. And that's the perks of being a manager at a restaurant like that. And those people will genuinely spend like 10 to 15 years of their life. I've only been alive for 20 years. So imagining literally 3/4 of my entire life being spent at one place, doing the same thing every day, all day, over and over again. That is terrifying to me. That is an existential nightmare. For real. That aches my core. I feel sick to my stomach when I think of even the possibility that I would have to do that. It scares me. I don't want to. Stay in the same place forever. I don't know if I could do that. I'm gonna get behind this guy. Yeah, there we go. Okay, the gas tank went up like a little bit, so I guess I have like a little bit of gas. Very cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. And the crazy thing is that it's not bad. It's not bad at all. This, to be able to even have the option to do that, is a gift. Because you got to think, we do live in a huge world with other people in it, and other people that also have power. And it takes us as a society to, wow, hello, I'm going to go in front of you now. Thanks. Dude, I was literally, never mind, it's fine, whatever. So it takes the protection. People had to go to war to defend your right to work at Chili's. You know what I mean? Like this is not a given. This is a privilege to be able to do that. And you can. It's a choice. You can do that. But you know, when you have so much opportunity and so much ability to do so many things, it's really important to take some chances sometimes. Maybe not all the time. Sometimes it's not worth it, but most of the time, if it's the right kind of decision, if it's the right kind of chance, then you probably should. Probably should. You don't want to get stuck in the same place doing the same thing every day, every year. Because think about this. This is what I always thinking about, right? Let's say you're working a normal 9-to-5 job every single day of the week, and you do provide a good amount of money for your family, right? Oh, no. Actually, scratch that. There's something that someone said that resonated with me that fits the point that I'm trying to make better than what I was about to say. And he said, my biggest fear is that at the end of my life, and you guys already know that I'm religious, so you can just either take it for literally or you can take it metaphorically. But he was like, at the end of my life, if they showed me who I was and then side by side compared me to who I could have been, and who I was just so much less, it would kill me inside. Think about that. Imagine you do your life the way you do it, and then at the end, you get shown, and it shows you that, alright, here's what you could have done. Here's all the choices that you could have made, and here's what you could have been. But you didn't. Instead, you did this. That would kill me, man. That would kill me. There's no way I could do it. I couldn't live with that. I wouldn't be living with that. I'd be dead. But it would hurt my soul on the inside. Imagine you're able to provide for your family, but if you just took a few more risks and did a few more things, you could provide infinitely more. It's like, you know, give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach him to fish, feed him for a lifetime, but it's less about teaching and more about the compoundability for what you can do. If Mr. Beast decided to just go to college and do the normal route and help people in his family the normal way, just like, okay, I'm gonna make a decent amount of money, I can help my family, etc. That's what I'm gonna do. He could have done that, and he would have been a good man. You know, he provided for his family, had some kids, provided for his grandkids, you know, etc. Theoretically, the measure of success is if you can provide for your children and your children's children. If you can do that, then you have reached the success-o-meter. But think about what Mr. Beast can do now. Because he took a risk and he put in the time and the work and the effort, even though people would have thought that it was silly and strange, now he helps millions of people daily. put that in comparison and think about, okay, I could help a small amount of people versus a large amount of people, then in a way, if you choose to help a smaller amount of people, then you're actually kind of hurting the people around you, because you're depriving them of what you could give them and what you could help them with. At the very least, that's how I feel about it. And that's how I feel about the things that I do. And I don't think that I could ever settle for a normal amount. And I don't want to either. I always want to be better. And I always want to be able to achieve more. And it's not about me. Like, of course, everyone has like a little bit of ego in them. And I'm trying my hardest to get rid of it as much as possible. I would like the ego to die. I don't want it anymore. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Traffic. Slowing down. I'm going in front of you. Sorry. I don't want to be behind this guy. He's ridiculously big. Literally oversized load. I want to maximize the amount of help that I can give to other people. I really do. I think that it's important. I truly do. And I know that saving myself is important, because if I don't save myself, I can't save anybody else. But I'm saving myself so that I can save other people. That's pretty much it. And that is why I can never settle for less, and neither should you. That's what I always tell people. That's like my number one thing is never settle for less than what you can get. All right. Meow.